Welcome back, Stingers. Today we're going to talk about how to properly cut someone off. You guys know I'm no stranger to this. All of you Scorpios are no strangers to this. This is something that we are accustomed to, just nipping it in the bud instead of dragging relationships on for years and all this fake best friend and all that stuff. We just get it out and over with, purge. Pluto does what it needs to do, wipes things out so that we can make room to rebuild. So a lot of the times, you guys are going to feel the need to just cut someone off cold, and if that's necessary for you, please don't hesitate. But other times, you have to gradually get rid of individuals, and some of these people may not really be harmful to you. They may not be disrespectful to you. They may just be completely useless. And you guys know that I am a fan of getting rid of anything that is pointless, to purge it out. You may have something in your house that is not really harming the family, but it's just sitting there taking up space. So just get rid of it, okay? Get rid of it because it's taking up space, not because it's harming anyone. And many of the times you guys are in relationships like this where the person is just there. They're like the wall. They're doing nothing for you. You have not improved the whole time that you've been in that relationship. You can't think of one thing that has changed in your life. They haven't inspired you to do anything. They're pretty much pointless, guys. So I'm going to show you step by step how to eradicate these relationships with peace. Or maybe no peace. But how to gradually get them out instead of ghosting or just completely wiping them out all in one go. Here we go. Number one is distance yourself slowly. Stop answering the calls every day like you used to. Change up your schedule. You're busy, which is true because many of you should be busy. If you're bored in your life, I don't know what kind of life you have, but I have a whole vision board, and there's things that need to be done, and there's things that need to be got, and there's things that I want. So I don't have a day of being bored because I'm grinding. So you're busy. That is what you say. You're busy, even if you're home reading a book, painting your toenails, braiding your hair, whatever, honey. You are busy with self-evolution. So you're busy, 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 busy. You're busy most of the time. When they try and reach you, you're unreachable, you're distant, become distant. You know how the air signs do their little detached thing, honey? Do your little detached thing and distance yourself more and more. Number two, change your lifestyle. I found this very, very helpful. I told you guys that I used to ice skate pretty frequently, almost every day, really. And I remember I befriended this fire sign. And when I cut this person off, I introduced them to ice skating. And when I cut them off, they were continuously going to the rink that I went to. So I just stopped going. And it didn't hinder me. It wasn't like I was a pro ice skater, There's other rinks in New York City. So I just kind of changed my lifestyle in that way, like started going other places. And so when you're not in the same environment, like many of you guys, the person you want to cut off, you have friends in common, you like the same burger joint they like, you go bowling, you go to the same movie theater. No, we're not doing that. You're finding new things. And this is helpful to you because now you're introducing yourself to new, exciting things and opening it up to new environments and new people who are going to replace this person that you're cutting off or the people you're cutting off. So you're going to find new movie theaters. You're not hanging out at the same spot. You're not hanging out with those people anymore. You're not hanging out with their friends. Everything is new. New route to work, new running route, playing tennis at a whole new different court, a better advanced one. Here's an amazing tip too that goes along with changing your environment. Escalate your life, elevate your life so much that that person can't even afford to be in your space anymore. So like, let's say that you used to bowl, same bowling alley. Go to an upscale bowling alley that just costs too much for them to go to. You know what I'm saying? If that one was $50, you going to the $200 one. You're not going to see them. They're like, I ain't paying no $200. You know what I mean? If you love those same restaurants or whatever, go on an off night where nobody's going to go, but ultimately elevate to one that's better, like a higher class, honey, in a different class. So that you're not going to see them. I used to elevate when I wanted to cut people off at work, I would elevate myself to a new position so that I would be somewhere totally different, that they couldn't reach me. They had no contact because they were below me and I had risen, okay? So that's what you want to do. You want to elevate your life to different areas where they have no access to. I bet you didn't think of that one. The next thing is you're going to get clear in the mind. This is what I did. I got clear on exactly what type of friends that I wanted so that I know that these other people don't match up with the list that I have. And I don't want you to make excuses. A lot of you guys make bullshit excuses. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it in the comments. I don't want to hear the baby like, but this is not fair. Not here for that. Crybabies, go home right now. You guys, don't even watch this video because you know I'm going to trigger you. I forgot to give a trigger warning, God. Trigger warning to the crybabies. This is going to trigger you. For those of you who've been cut off by Scorpios, blah, blah, blah. Oh, gosh. Okay, cry a river somewhere else. Anyway, be clear. Make a list. You know, I have a list for friendships that, you know, I'm not going to say because, oof, these comments will be lit, these streets. But they're specific to my lifestyle. So if somebody doesn't fit in there, you're not even going in that direction anyway. Also, when you're clear about this, like the places that you frequent, the things that you eat, the movies that you see, the theaters that you go to are in concert with your list. And you know those other people ain't going to be there anyway because that's not what they do. You see what I'm saying? So get clear up here about what you want exactly. One thing that will make this process easier is to not make excuses. Some of you will fall back down the rabbit hole, but I've known them since 5th grade, but we had kindergarten class together. Oh, that's such a stupid reason. Like, I am the person who, I don't want to hear excuses. I don't make excuses. I'm not interested in bottle feeding somebody. I can't stand any of that stuff. And so for me, there's a no excuse zone. It's like, I'm getting rid of you. You don't improve my life. You've done nothing for my life. You're a waste of time here. You're just here taking up space or feeding off of me like a parasite. And that is the end. It is just the end, guys. You know, and if you're one of those people who are just susceptible to that type of thing, you got to build yourself up to that, you know. You got to build up the self-esteem and the worth to say, nah, this is not what I'm doing. It's not even a long conversation that you have to have. You don't have to go back and forth. But, like, what have they done? Like, oh, I hate this. I hate when people get in my comment section and they got 10 pages, a whole book, honey, of excuses. And I don't even read it. Trust me. The first sentence, as soon as I hear some bullshit excuse, I just block, delete. Like, I can't even handle it. There's nothing in me that can handle stuff like that. So, you know, the excuses gotta stop. The next thing that will make your cutoff easy is to remind yourself of why you need better, darling. And all you need to do is go back to all the bullshit that they've done, the slick talking that they've done, the disloyalty that they've done, all that stuff. Whenever you want to get weak and make excuses and bring them back, or bring up all that stuff, and it'll be clear as day. Sometimes you guys, you know, and I've done this when I was younger. It caught me too. I had to have valid proof of why these people had to go. All the shit that they did. And it's solid proof. Like, you're just like, oh, wow, this person slept with somebody I was seeing, or this person didn't show up for me. That's all proof, honey, and they did it for a reason, and I don't want to hear no excuses. So remind yourself of all the things that they've done, and that will keep you going. That will keep you going. This is one that is extremely heavy, and this is very serious. You have to purge, you know, if you need a funeral, if you need to do a whole entire ceremony for that relationship to get rid of them, honey, do it. You ain't got to tell nobody about it. You know, light your little candles, sprinkle a little dirt or ashes or whatever. I don't know. Do a spell, whatever you got to do to purge it and get rid of it out. Because you're going to go through a withdrawal. Maybe this is somebody you hung out with every day. Maybe this is a relative. Maybe this is something you're going to go through, whatever the death is. And that is the Scorpio nature, honey, to go through all sorts of deaths. We go through them all the time, and this is no different. And so going through that, allow yourself to go through that process. But I will tell you this, if you follow my steps, distance yourself, do not be answering those calls, Get off social media. Matter of fact, stop following them. Stop communicating with anybody they're communicating with. Just totally do your withdrawal. I'm really good at withdrawing. Just getting out of everybody's sight. They're like, where is she? You know what I mean? Go into hiding. I talk about this in Rise from the Ashes. I talk about this in my book. You go into hiding and you have no contact with them. Some of you will still be, I'm still best friends with his cousin. Like, whew. You know what that is? Another excuse. You're not best friends with a cousin. You just want to keep in touch with that person. You think, maybe they'll come back. And all this other excuses, like, I can't handle it. I really can't. Once you distance yourself and elevate your life, start doing better, taking classes, getting out into new situations, new adventures, traveling, doing new things, educating yourself so that you move up the ladder, maybe open your own business, do things. Get out of the ballpark of these people. Get into a place they can't even afford, honey. You think they're going to that $200,000 a year gym? Of course not. They can't afford this country club. They can't move to the suburbs. They can't afford that life. You're not going to see them. You know what I'm saying? Where are you going to see those people at? They have no access to you. Make yourself unaccessible. Now, this is the nice version of cutting people off. And you could just go cold turkey and it don't even matter. You can come to work and just stop speaking to them. You could still stay at those events or, you know, go to your favorite spot and whatever and just not talk to them. You can do that too. That's, you know, I'm trying to give you the Libra version. the balanced version, whatever, the fluffy version of it. Because listen, sometimes it works. Sometimes you cut off and sometimes you cut off nicely. Okay, guys? That's all I have for you. Like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. I'll see you at ScorpioSunScorpioMoon.com, where you can get all of my paperback and my audio books. You can get a transformation course with me, a one-on-one with me, and master chart readings. So I can break down all of your challenges and superpowers, and I can talk about exactly what's going on in your chart and your life. That's all I have for you. I'll see you soon.